Let us talk about Game 4 between St. Louis and Atlanta. Cardinals right out of the gate, putting up 2 runs, both solo shots from Marcell Ozuna and Paul Goldschmidt. And then in the bottom of the second, I noticed Cards lineup was really making Keuchel work through a lot of pitches, cutting it out in the at bats. Uh, and then top of the third, Atlanta strikes back with Dansby Swanson singled to start off the inning. Dallas Keuchel struck out. Acuna singled. Dansby Swanson moved to third. Albies hit a sac fly to score Swanson. And then Freddie Freeman struck out to end the inning, so the score was 2-1 at the top of three. Moving on to the bottom of the fourth, Ozuna hit his second homer of the day to make it 3-1. Yachty ended up grinding out. Carpenter doubled. Luke Jackson relieves Keuchel with 1 out in the inning. DeYoung struck out, and then Daniel Hudson struck out. Not Daniel Hudson. What's his name? Hudson. I can't remember his first name. Top of the fifth, Brian McCann lined out to Edman just for the first out. Dansby Swanson doubled off the third base bag. Ball jumps out of Molina's glove, which is an un-Molina type of play for him to commit. Swanson then moved to third on the error. Duvall singles off of Carpenter's glove. Swanson scores to make it 3-2. Acuna lies out to Ozuna. Albies hits a 2-run massive homer to put Atlanta in the lead 4-3. Hudson, who threw 74 pitches, gets taken out, and Tyler Webb is in, and then Webb struck out Freeman. Going on to the bottom of the eighth, Paul Goldschmidt gets a broken back double down the left field line. Yachty singles off the glove of Freeman. If he was a couple steps back, that would have pretty much quashed that inning. Goldschmidt scores, tied the game 4-4. And then in the bottom of the 10th, Julio Teheran, who up to that point has not pitched in 11 days, comes in for Shane Green. Yachty hits a deep sac fly with runners on the corners. Colton Wong scores to win the game 5-4, if I got my thing right. Yeah, 5-4. Notable things for hitting on both teams. Yachty went 1-for-4 with 2 RBIs, including the game winner. Paul Goldschmidt went 3-for-4, 2 runs, 1 walk, and 1 RBI. Ozuna with the 2 homers on the day. He also had 2 runs and 2 RBIs. For Atlanta, Acuna went 4-for-5. Ozzy Albies went 1-for-4, 1 run, 3 RBIs, and 1 homer. Dansby Swanson went 2-for-3, 2 runs, and 1 walk. And then Adam Duvall, who went 0-for-3, 1 run, 1 RBI. Pitching for both teams, Michaelis got the win, 1 inning pitch. Julio Teheran got the loss. He threw 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 1 earned, 1 walk. Starters, Hudson went 4 2/3, 5 hits, 1 earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. And Keuchel went 3 1/3, 4 hits, 3 earned, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. Clutch hitting really was the thing for St. Louis in this game. They needed to win it, or else Atlanta would go play the winner between the Dodgers or the Nationals. And then they set the pace early on with Paul Goldschmidt and Marcell Ozuna hitting back-to-back dingers in the first inning and making Keuchel work. Now, Game 5. Game 5 was a complete and utter domination from St. Louis. They put up 10 runs in the first inning. This was a rematch of starters between Flaherty and Fultonevich. Fultonevich didn't even make it out of the first inning. It was just not pretty. They put up 10 runs in the first inning. Flaherty looked like Flaherty in the second half of the season. He actually got run support in this game compared to Game 2 when Atlanta won that game. But no, just complete and utter domination from St. Louis. And then Atlanta goes home in Atlanta by 10-0 in the first inning. I mean, they ended up putting up a run, which I believe was a Josh Donaldson homer to dead center. But 13-1 to end your season at home is never a nice thing, never a great thing. But I mean, Atlanta had a pretty decent year. Their core is still young. Their starting rotations, Fultonevich is starting to look like the ace. I mean, they still got some pretty good years on the horizon for them. So I expect them to win the NL East, or at least be a contender, a perennial contender in the NL East for years to come. St. Louis is going on to play the winner of the Dodgers or the Nationals, which at this point was, as of when I'm recording this, the Nationals are going to play in St. Louis for Game 1. So that ought to be an interesting series. But if you guys liked it, please like and subscribe, comment below if there's anything you guys want to add or talk about.